Ghost Rider 2, The Spirit of Vengeance. Ghost Rider runs for about an hour and a half, and it was probably maybe 15 minutes into it I wondered why I do these things to myself. At what point is it acceptable to turn a film off because it is so awful, was my question towards Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. I know Nicolas Cage don't care, because in interviews he said, I made this film sort of to upset all the critics. I am a critic, I am upset. Well done, Nicolas Cage, you've completed your mantra. However, the mad thing about Spirit of Vengeance is that it's got Syrian hands in and Idris Elba. What did they do to Idris Elba? What have they got on Idris Elba that they've blackmailed him into this film? What has Mark Neverdeen and Brian Taylor got on Idris Elba? How bad can it be that he thought to himself, I have to be in this film? He could not have read the script and gone, yes, that's the film I want to be in. I'm a credible actor, I'm a young up-and-comer, I'm starting to make a name for myself, that's what I want. I want the film with the flaming skull. I want the movie where a guy dies and then comes back and he's given the gift of decay, and then he can decay things. They play very fast and loose with that. In fact, they play fast and loose with everything. Anthony Head's in the film for about 10 minutes. He was at Wise Boy, wasn't he? Got out early. Christopher Lambert's in it. Highlander's in this movie. What have they got on him? They must have a dossier the size of a mountain to be able to have all these stars in it, because they must be blackmailing. They cannot have read this script and gone, yeah, and no amount of money is worth the career suicide that is this film. And I know what you're thinking, but Nicolas Cage is in it. Yeah, Nicolas Cage can come back from anything. Nicolas Cage made Next, and we all know that he's that problematic, fantastical actor that is both brilliant and awful. He is the paradox that proves us wrong. I'm going to tell you the plot of Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. It's this. Somehow, the devil has got a child, got to keep the child away from the devil. I wonder if the devil's going to get hold of the child, and then Ghost Rider's going to have to make a fantastic save at the end. But, remember, Johnny Blaze, aka Ghost Rider, wants to be free from his curse. And could this be the film to do it? Well, I'm just saying, there's no Ghost Rider 3. Who knows, eh? Who knows what could happen? It came out in 2011. It came out 10 years ago, and still I'm shocked it got made. The special effects are the only redeeming feature. His flaming skull looks good. Every point in the script is awful, the storyline's boring, and Nicolas Cage is doing his brilliantly awful acting. And he knows it. He knows it. You can tell. You can tell he's enjoying how awfully he's acting. He's in on the joke. They all are. I think Idris Elba probably got a stunt double to stand in for him and then just phoned in his performance like he's on Skype. It's a film that has a sequence where there is this explosion, and then for some reason Johnny Blaze just spins round. It has death metal coming out of its ears, and then really low, quiet moments that makes it so hard to hear the dialogue when the tempo switches from to that's quite literally in a scene how the tempo switches. This is a film that they created as a sequel. They thought this would be a good idea. And Mark Neverdeen and Brian Taylor should be thoroughly ashamed of themselves. In their defence, they are people who previously did Crank and Crank 2. So maybe they're not the best judge of character for a good and a bad film. In fact, Crank was okay. It is far, far superior than Ghost Rider, but then watching paint dry is better than Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. At what point in time do you think people were reading the script, before the film was made, they were reading the script and they went, this is the film. I must be in this film. There's no way I can't be in this film. Because I waited for the credits to see when I thought I'd want to be in the film. Christopher Lambert read that script, and he's only in it for a little while, read it and thought, yes, I'll take that. I'll take the money. I'm telling you, they're being blackmailed. Ghost Rider, ironically, should burn in hell for eternity. That would be a just ending for the film.